August 1996, and Debbie just graduated college, working towards her future. Debbie was supposed to go to her dad's that day, but she didn't make it. So her dad would go to her house just looking for her when he would go inside her apartment and find his own daughter dead.
Debbie was killed between roughly 12 and 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
Peter would call his wife, and his wife would call the police.
My husband just called and went to his daughter's apartment, found her dead in her apartment. What's your daughter's name is? Her name is Deborah Dorian.
Laying motionless on the carpet would be Debbie, nude from the waist down. She is duct taped and tied up.
Her hands taped tightly behind her back, stretching from the top of her skull down to her jaw, obscuring her face.
The attacker had been let in, or they rushed her quick. There was no break-in. No windows broken, no doors broken.
Police found no signs of forced entry.
DNA would be found on Debbie's body. But in 1996, there was no match. A neighbor says she's seen a white man at the door the last time she's seen Debbie. Debbie's boyfriend John was also questioned, but he was miles away at the time of the murder.
Dating approximately 2.5 years.
Records confirmed he had been working on a wildfire in Northern California.
And says Debbie was looking for a roommate in the college area. There was a list of people that she was going to call to consider being her new roommate. There was a man named Alvin, and Alvin said I had nothing to do with it, but it could have been Maurice. Maurice would drop Alvin off sometimes to Debbie's house. Maurice said I had nothing to do with it, but Maurice would be arrested for it, and 2 weeks later they would release him. His DNA did not match the DNA that was found at Debbie's house the day of her murder. Slipping into the cold case files, Debbie's life will now be in a box for 22 years. And sexual assaults was happening during that time, at 1997, 98, 99, by a specific man. He would grape them and they would report him, leading us to 2018. DNA would be tested again. Nicky Dwayne Stan. He was a family man. He worked a 9 to 5. He did not have no criminal record at the time in 1996. He was living a normal life. The police would follow him and get his DNA. They would take his trash from his house and found a razor, which would lead us to his DNA being tested compared to the DNA at Debbie's house in 1996. 22 years later, Debbie will finally have justice. They would question Nicky, and Nicky obviously would lie at first.
Investigators believe that Stain contacted Debbie to arrange a visit to the apartment, was invited inside, and entered her home that day.
Nicky would be charged with Debbie's murder 29 years later. This is Debbie's story, and her murderer will be a man named Nicky.